Attorney General slams Louisville police over Breonna Taylor investigation. Let's cover this real quick.
Details a pattern of excessive force and abusive practices against black residents following the 2020 police raid that killed Breonna Taylor. Senior national correspondent Steve Osunsami has the details. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, George. This is the result of a 2-year investigation into the Louisville Police Department, and they've now signed an agreement with federal authorities. It allows for an independent monitor to come in and watch while the city tries to accomplish police reforms.
This conduct is unacceptable.
The results this morning from the U.S. Justice Department aren't flattering at all to Louisville police.
The report concludes that the unit's activities were part of an overall enforcement approach that resulted in significant and unlawful racial disparities.
Federal authorities found that police in the city were 4 to 5 times more likely to stop black drivers than white ones for the same traffic violations, 5 times more likely to charge black people for loitering or disorderly conduct, and more likely to stop and search black Americans for the same behaviors. The U.S. Attorney General flew into Kentucky to share the bad review.
Some officers have demonstrated disrespect for the people they are sworn.
Whoa. That's crazy. What? Guys? It seems like we're teetering on the edge of some might call racial inequality in this country. It seems like systemic almost. Stop. Nah. No. I'm sure it's just a bad Apple issue. It's just like only the cops at this Louisville, only cops in Louisville are like this. And even then they have to be like this. Man, I'm so shocked about this. The finding. Okay, very neurodivergent to me of not reading the room. Ha ha ha. I was legit concerned. Yeah. I'm concerned too. I just found out about this thing called racism in policing. Honestly, very concerning. I'll tell you that.
To protect. Some have videotaped themselves throwing drinks at pedestrians from their cars, insulted people with disabilities, and called black people monkeys, animal, and boy.
The federal investigation began after the death of Breonna Taylor at the hands of police in 2020.
I don't know what's happening. Somebody kicked in the door and shot my girlfriend.
She had no connection to the crime police were investigating, but died as police were trying to execute a no-knock warrant looking for a drug suspect. Justice officials found that more than 60% of no-knock search warrants and forced entries into buildings involved black people. Taylor's mother is not surprised.
It's heartbreaking to know that everything you've been saying from day one has to be said again through this manner.
The city's new mayor says he'll work with the Justice Department to put changes in place.
I wonder how much they pay for the investigation. I could have told them this shit for free. It's funny. Wait, can you explain boy? It means like a young male, right? Or is there extra history? I know they made it sound demeaning and condescending, but is there more? For before everyone jumps down this person's throat, their ESL, okay, and they don't understand. Yes, white people will sometimes call black people boy, like there's a racial history to it. Yes, it's like a more, I guess, acceptable way of saying the N-word to like belittle them. Thug is another one that the media utilizes regularly. Bro, you've been trying to get me to fucking read this for this entire time. Let's not forget that back in the day, white man was called the cattleman or cowhands, and the black people were called cowboys. The term cowboy was original, said to African Americans, and were often called boy regardless of their age. That stemmed from slavery. It was seen as a derogatory term towards black people and slaves. They handled the cattle. Yeah. But you often call chat boys. Gotcha, racist. Yeah, exactly. Because context, tone, nuance is not important.
Reform how we recruit, train, equip, support, supervise, and deploy the more than 1,000 public servants whose job it is to serve as guardians of the public safety every day and every night.
Since Breonna Taylor's death, Louisville has banned those no-knock search warrants, but federal authorities also want supervisors in that police department to look at every single traffic stop and pay a lot more regular attention to those police body camera videos. George?
Steve, we also have a DOJ investigation in Memphis where Tyree Nichols died at the hands of police.
That's right. The DOJ investigation is taking a close look at the de-escalation practices of the Memphis Police Department. But they're also asking for something else. They're also taking a look at the Scorpion unit, those specialized crime units that was involved in this incident, and what they find could have implications for police departments that use similar units across the country. George?
Steve Osunsami, thanks.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robert